Is Andrew Rohde the second coming of Ty Jerome? Maybe not quite yet, but the junior guard has had an encouraging start to the season for Virginia. He's second on the team in scoring, first in assists, second in minutes. He's averaging 10 points per game while shooting 50% from three, which is 24% better than he was last season. He's made a difference for this Wahoo backcourt after his tough start to the season in the season opener against Campbell. And he's making his impact felt in a multitude of ways. Obviously, as a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, he's much improved, but specifically what he's been so good at this season is making plays in ball screen situations. Here you have Manhattan coming over a screen with his defender playing a little bit of drop coverage with their secondary defender guarding the screen. What you see Rohde do here specifically is you see him snake this ball screen to get to his left, to get to open space, right? And then with that, he pulls up for a floater. This is the sort of the Ty Jerome shot. That's something that Virginia guards haven't really had in their bag since maybe Kihei Clark. Reese Beekman had it a little bit, but really since Ty. Once again, you get the same coverage here. Rohde snakes the ball screen, right? He dribbles, he has the ball in his right hand, snakes it going left, and finishes nicely around the rim, exploiting the coverage that Manhattan was playing, taking advantage of his size, but also his skill to beat a bigger defender. Now, when Manhattan was able to get over the screen against him, specifically here late in the second half, you see his defender get over the screen as Elijah Saunders slips it to get to the hoop. Rohde does a really good job of getting into his defender. Watch right here how he extends his left arm and just gets a little bit of space to his left and then bumps out to his right to hit this floater from the free throw line. Maybe that's not the best shot, but he's shooting 69% on mid-range shots so far this season. So he's been fairly efficient, even though the mid-range is not necessarily the best place to be shooting from. Once again here, we see he doesn't even get that much of a ball screen here from Jacob Kofi, really just sort of a ghost screen. And once again, he comes off this pick and gets his defender on his back. This is something that Ty Jerome did so well in his time at Virginia and is continuing to with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA. With this hesitation dribble right here with his left hand, he gets his defender on his back. Yes, he could dump the ball down to Jacob Kofi, but due to the angle and the fact that Holy Cross is not pressing out with this defender so heavily on him, he hits this nice little baby floater once again, this time on the wing rather than coming from up top. Now, when Holy Cross did overplay him, this is much earlier in the game, but when they did overplay him in this ball screen scenario with this defender here, watch how Rohde again takes his hesitation dribble here, and then when he notices that this defender has pressed out and Elijah Saunders is wide open on the backside, hits him. Rohde is making plays in ball screens, and that's what he's been so good at. He's a little bit lacking athletically, doesn't have that first step speed of a Reese Beekman, which we see right here. When he doesn't use this ball screen, he ends up sort of going up in the air, not having a plan with what to do with the ball, and turns it over. His turnover rate is too high. It's around 28% this season, which is much higher, not much higher, but 5% higher than his assist rate, which has been a net negative for the Hoos, but they've been able to negate some of that by putting him in ball screen situations and also by putting him in the post a little bit. We saw this late in the first half against Holy Cross, Virginia throwing the ball into him in the post against a smaller defender here. He makes a play for himself, goes up for a little baby hook shot and hits a two-pointer right around the basket, and then once again, I think it's just the next possession, you see him once more. Virginia throws the ball into him, but this time Holy Cross sends help, so he takes one dribble in here and then steps away to hit Elijah Saunders, who is cutting to the rim. He probably should finish this on the first catch here, but this is evidence of Virginia finding unique ways within its scheme to take advantage of the height and the playmaking that Andrew Rohde has, and also negating sometimes maybe the issues that he could have because he's not the fastest player and sometimes gets caught up as a result. Once again, you see him actually dribbling into the post against Manhattan, making a play for himself against a smaller defender. What Virginia has, 6'4" Isaac McNeely and 6'5" Tane Murray on the floor alongside 6'10" Jacob Kofi and 6'11" Blake Buchanan. Rohde's going to be able to take advantage of matchups against point guards who are smaller than him, and he does here. He's been a good player for Virginia so far this season, much better than he was last year, and he's making plays all over the floor as a passer, in ball screens, in the low post a little bit as well. So positive development for Virginia and its offense. We'll see how much impact Rohde can have against legitimate ACC competition down the line. Thank you all for coming along with me today to break down Andrew Rohde's encouraging start to the 24-25 season. If you enjoyed the video, I'd love it if you gave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and maybe check out a few of my other UVA basketball film breakdowns so far this season. Until next time, I'll see you later.